Hey, my name's Jeff Cardoni, and my biggest takeaway from working on White House Plumbers was to not approach it like a television show and to approach it like a 5-hour movie. Then it all kind of fell into place arc-wise because you weren't looking at each episode as a piece, and I think that really helped, and I think it really, in the end, is what really made it feel cohesive to me, and that was very gratifying. The balance is that they're the same thing. I just feel like as a composer, it is you, it is your personality, and it is in everything you do. So, I mean, I try to have balance in that I will stop at 6 every night and try to have dinner with other humans and try to live, but trying to turn it off from a certain point, I just realized that that's impossible because it's just wired in our brains. And even if we're somewhere else with our significant others, you're still thinking of what you're working on. And so I find that just trying to accept that and try to push it to the back of your head sometimes is the best way, because I think it's impossible to just turn it on and off. But that being said, I do feel like we need to live life besides sitting in a studio all the time. You need to go places and travel and see the world and be amongst people, because all that, I think, makes us better musicians in the end. I am probably at the low end of the spectrum in that it's just the quickest way to get out whatever idea you're thinking in your head out into the world. At the end of the day, that's using your imagination is what sets you apart from everything else. You know, if you're just using the same sounds and the same libraries and blah, 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 then you sound like everything else. And I think that there's a value into spending some time making horrible sounds out of what you already have, because that's what makes you you. The imperfections, I think, are what makes something more interesting. So that's always been my kind of MO on this stuff. They've been on the project most times way longer than I have. You have to give them a certain amount of respect and understanding of where they're coming from by the time you step onto something. To get to where they got, it was a process, and there was a lot of thought, and there's every piece of music that's in the show before you're on. It's thought out, and there's a reason it's there. So as much as we think music is the most important thing, that's one piece of the puzzle. And so by befriending the post supervisors and working alongside them, it can really help you get to where you need to go. And I know on White House Plumbers, I would not have made it to the end had it not been for the collaboration with the post super. And so it's super important.